Vanessa, good afternoon. Good afternoon, Vanessa. How are you? Your connection is good or what? Hi, could you please say something? Well, Vanessa, we're going to have some introduction here. Mm, mm. But Vanessa, I don't listen. I can listen to you. Well, well, guys, I'm waiting for you to get online with this class. Well, guys, I'm waiting for you to connect. It seems that everyone left me alone here. Hi there, Vanessa. Things things aren't got any better for you. Are you able to talk? Are you able to say something for me to hear you or for me to listen to you? Well, I was worried at first, especially when I saw that you used motorcycle. I thought you might turn out to be one of those guys who's into heavy metal music and stuff like that. You know what I mean? But he's just a regular kind of guy, right? Yeah, we got along really well. I knew you'd like him. Yeah, I do, but he's really fun. He had me laughing hysterically and the coffee shop, remember? I think people sitting next to us thought we were crazy. So are you two going to get together again? Definitely. In fact, we're going to the party together. That's great. So have you seen Andrea lately? Yeah, I see her pretty often. We work together at Cafe Latte. How's she going? I've been meaning to call her. Well, to be honest, I've always thought she was a little difficult, but these days I find her impossible. What do you mean? Oh, you know how she is? She has such strong idea about everything. If you don't agree with her, she lets you know what she thinks of you. Yes, that's true. That's why we love her. I guess so. But she's changed a lot since she started college. She talks about herself all the time and she always manages to mention how good she is at everything she does. Maybe I won't call her after all. Are you going to James' party on Saturday? Of course, James always gives the best parties. And there are always. Well, well, well.
Hola, profe, buenas tardes.
Yeah. Good afternoon, Erling. How are you?
Fine, thanks.
Well, yeah. Well, Erling, I just wanted to show a dialogue. This afternoon, uh, a dialogue about two persons. One who's in a long distance room, and a journalist. So I'm going to send you the dialogue by Skype, Early. I'm going to send you the dialogue. I thought I got this. I need your advice. I remember. And you made it. Ah, yes. You made it. Hi there.
Nope.
Hi there. Yes, Hurley.
Did you send me the link by Skype? No.
Yes, I sent you the link, but I'm sending you I'm sending you the my I'm sending you my readings about this lesson, you know, between Joseph, okay, a conversation. Reporter enlists Joseph, and here what they say. TV reporter is interviewing Liz Joseph, who just finished last in the Run for Your Life marathon. Okay? Well, the dialogue says that you made it. Yeah, how does it feel? Great. I mean, it's not everyone who comes in last. You look pretty tired. I am, but I'm so excited. I don't think I'll be able to get to sleep for a while. Was this your first race? Yes, I've only been running for 2 months. When I signed up, I'd only been running for 2 weeks. Everyone said it was too soon to enter a race. Well, you certainly showed them. Was there ever a time when you thought you would drop out? Well, it was such a hot day that I started feeling a little tired pretty early. And I hadn't even gone 3 miles when I got a pain in my side. How was that last big hill? Oh, that was a killer. I just made it about halfway when my right knee started giving me trouble. I didn't know if I had enough energy to get to the top, but I managed to do it. What made you decide to enter the race? Well, I'd always wanted to see if I could make it through a race like this. Besides, I knew they'd give me one of those cute t-shirts. Um, did you hear Mr. Early? Did you hear?
Yes.
Ah, okay. Well, this is a conversation or an interview. Well, where we are facing the past perfect tense, you know, and the past perfect tense is about having two activities. Uh, one uh, one a recently activity and the other an activity that occurred in the past but uh, before or after the another activity, okay, in the same past. And listen or mm, well, we're going to see the figure out, you know, the figure out exercise where you have to fill in the blanks. For example, fill in the blanks, or that's mean I have, I had, or I haven't, or I hadn't. No.
I have, teacher.
Yes.
Um, I don't have clear this. I write it. I write it. 1 minute, please.
Yes. Okay. So I can.
I don't.
Yes.
What's mean?
Yes. Well, you can fill in the blanks with, for example, according to the sentence. You know, the sentence reads the following way: "Been running for 2 months and I really enjoy it." No. Well, the first sentence corresponds to the "I have been running for 2 months and I really enjoy it." No. And the second sentence, for example, correspond to "I had been running for 2 months when I entered the race,"
Ah, okay.
because um, you are describing an activity, and in this case, in past continuous, you know, and you are describing one event before another. Okay, I had been running for 2 weeks when I entered the race. No,
I have.
and yes,
The
okay.
first, the first is I. I've been no.
I've been running.
I've
Yes,
been running for 2 months,
for 2 months, and I really enjoy it.
and
Okay. The second,
is I.
the second could be, or could be
I.
more. I have been running for 2 weeks. No, no,
No.
no. Excuse me. I've been running, or I had
I
been
have. Just
for 2 weeks when I entered the race. Good afternoon, Ana Cecilia.
Good afternoon. Excuse me.
Oh,
Hi.
how are you? Fine.
Very good, thank you.
Okay. Well, Ana Cecilia, we are we are facing this lesson this afternoon about the past perfect. You know, but I just wanted to show you, or um, I just wanted to show you a dialogue, no? In the case, in the context, or how the past perfect could be used, okay? So, for
Okay.
example, well, let me finish this, let me finish these sentences with the exercise and figure it out. When you can see on my screen, my shared screen, fill in the blanks with I. In this case, is I have. I. In this case, is I had. I haven't. Or in this case, well, I haven't the negative form of I have, and I hadn't the negative forms of I had. And Hurley,
yes.
the third one is uh, what do you think to the what do you think the third one is? For example, early.
Una pregunta, profe.
Yes,
La tercera.
yes, the third one.
Mm,
Look at the dialogue above. Yes.
I had.
No, no, but read the complete read completely the sentence. Okay. If you could read the sentence, and if you could read the dialogue also, you're going to realize the form to use. Okay.
So I had to complete. Yes.
Yes, you have to you have to choose one of the form. Um I haven't, or I hadn't.
Teacher, one. Just I have just one question. What's mean even?
Yes.
Even, what's mean?
What's the meaning of what?
Yes, even.
Either, ¿no?
Yeah,
Either es tampoco.
even. ¿Tampoco?
Eden, could you please write on the chat box the
Yes.
will you please? Even. Even aún,
Aún.
aún, even. Okay.
Ah, okay. It's I hadn't.
I hadn't.
Yes.
I don't think. For example, could be I haven't. I haven't even run 3 miles, and I'm already tired. Aún no he corrido 3 millas y ya estoy cansado.
Ah, okay.
I haven't.
¿Por qué no? Why not use hadn't, teacher?
Because you can use hadn't only when the sentences are linked by the preposition of time, when, before, or after. No,
Ah, okay, yes.
for example, I could say I hadn't even wrong. For example, I could say
I hadn't even.
hadn't even wrong.
Hmm?
I hadn't even. I'm writing here. I hadn't even wrong 3 miles when I started to feel tired. You could say in that way, you can say that yes, I hadn't even run 3 miles when I started to feel tired. Yo no había corrido 3 millas cuando comencé a sentirme cansado. ¿Mm? ¿Cuándo? ¿No?
¿Cuándo? We have to use ¿en qué otra ocasión?
When, before, and after.
When, before, and after.
And after. Okay.
Wow, okay, yes.
You can link no, uh, you can pronounce two sentences, but you have to use in this case when, before, and after. The same occurred with this is we are talking about the past perfect, but the same occurred in the past continue versus past simple past. Okay, you can use that in the past continue.
The next sentence.
The next sentence.
I have to use hadn't.
Got a pain in my side. And what are you going to use in this sentence?
Hadn't, because I hadn't even run 2 miles when I got.
I got a pain in my side. Okay, when I got a pain in my side. Okay.
Got a pain. There are some questions. I don't.
That's nice.
Pain. Okay. Pain es dolor, ¿no? Es.
Okay. Pain in my side. Okay.
No he corrido 3 millas cuando.
We're going to ask to Ana Cecilia for a while. Okay. Let me leave this sentence. Okay, Ana Cecilia.
Okay.
Are you there?
For sentence.
No, Ana Cecilia, I'm going to give you a short intro to this class. Okay. Well, Ana Cecilia, I want that you to have this. I'm going to send you by WhatsApp uh, the to send you by WhatsApp
Video.
the lesson we are watching on the, or we are sharing on the screen now, and also the the audio track about my reading, okay? Because I read the track, no? Excuse me that I forgot to send this. I forgot to send you this track or this exercise before. Okay. Well, Ana Cecilia, we are analyzing the dialogue between a TV reporter uh, and Liz Joseph. Liz Joseph is a member who just took part in the marathon Run for Your Life, you know, and this is how we read that dialogue. You made it. Yeah. How does it feel? Great. I mean, it's not everyone who comes in last. You look pretty tired. Tired. I am, Bobs. I'm so excited. I don't think I'll be able to get to sleep for a while. Was this your first race? Yes. I've only been running for 2 months when I signed up. I'd only been running for 2 weeks. Everyone said it was too soon to enter the race. Well, you certainly showed them. Was there ever a time when you thought you would drop out? Well, it was such a hot day that I started feeling a little tired pretty early. And I hadn't even gone 3 miles when I got a pain in my side. How was that last big hill? Oh, that was a killer. I just made it about halfway when my right knee started giving me trouble. I didn't know if I had enough energy to get to the top, but I managed to do it. What made you decide to enter the race? Well, I'd always wanted to see if I could make it through a race like this. Besides, I knew they'd give me one of those cute t-shirts. Okay? Ana Cecilia, did you listen the dialogue? Ana
Excuse me,
Cecilia, did
teacher.
you?
I
Yes.
heard your, I heard you stutter.
Ah, you hear me not very well.
I don't hear you very good.
Ah, very
If,
good.
if
Well,
it's a stutter, um, you
definitely.
speak, I don't understand very good. This,
Okay.
excuse me.
Okay.
But,
I'm gonna.
do
I'm
you want, I
yeah.
that I talking about the sentence
Yes.
about my life.
No, no. We were talking about the sentence. You know, the sentences uh, after the dialogue. You know. I don't know.
Yes.
You see the sentence on the screen. Are you watching the
Okay.
screen now? Are you watching
No,
the?
in this moment,
Yes.
I watch the street is calle street. No, que sí cortado. Eh, I am to her
Yes.
very good.
Okay.
Sí, como me, better.
Okay, give me 5 minutes, Ana Cecilia, and please let's give welcome to our inmate, Jennifer. Jennifer, how are you? Good afternoon, Jennifer.
Good afternoon. I'm fine, teacher.
Okay. Well, Jennifer, are you watching the screen? What I'm sharing with you on the screen, I'm sharing a dialogue between a reporter and Liz Joseph, a participant in the marathon.
Teacher, respect.
Okay?
Okay, teacher.
No. Do you have any doubt or what?
Sorry, teacher.
Do you have any doubt about the exercise we're sharing today? For example, we have a dialogue, Jennifer. The dialogue is about the topic today is about the context the context where we can use the past perfect, okay, and to learn how to identify the past perfect grammatical forms, okay.
Okay.
And for example, the dialogue, I'm going to send you the dialogue first on WhatsApp. Let me enter. Let me give you. Let me send you the dialogue on WhatsApp and let me send. No, if I'm gonna send to I'm sending to her. Ana Cecilia, did you receive my file on WhatsApp?
Yes, I am
Okay.
connecting
Well,
moment.
I decided to read the dialogue because I don't have the original record. Okay, so well, and Jennifer, are you receiving my files? I just sent you.
Yes, teacher.
Okay, thank you. Well, well, Jennifer, I told you that earlier the past perfect, but we are analyzing a dialogue when you can see some sentences in the past perfect, and is to you to learn to identify the past perfect and how to use it in what context you can use the past perfect. And for you, Jennifer, this is a dialogue between a named who took part at
Teacher, I
the
don't hear very.
marathon. Okay, problems or what?
Teacher, I don't hear very good. Sorry. The sound is difficult.
Mm,
Está raro el
I
video en un
I
momento.
guess that It's bad. It's not so well. Well, but all of the dialogue, I sent you the dialogue by Skype, and Cecilia, I sent you the dialogue by the file by what thing. I'm gonna give you to each one of you that you to read the I just sent you. Okay. Are you aware of what I'm trying to say you? Ana Cecilia, are you to read first the dialogue? Read the conversation I just read on the, or I just record on the recorded on the audio track. Then Hurley, or along with the connection, are you listening me well now, or are you listening me in a bad situation?
I listen you.
Okay.
Yes, I listen you. Soter.
No, I just want.
Difficult communication this month.
Yes, exactly.
No, I'm gonna quick to share my screen.
Imperious tutor at times. Oh,
okay.
so yes.
Right. Yes.
Sometimes very good. In other times it's difficult.
No time bad. Well, no, I just used in order to read the audio track of this conversation. Okay? The audio track I just sent you. Each one of you, please, if you're willing to. If you're willing to. To read the let's take a moment to see if the connection a little bit wrong with the communication today.
Teacher,
Yes.
do you hear me? Hear me?
No,
Good.
I hear you perfectly.
I'm
listening to you perfectly.
I have.
Now, yes. You have?
I have a question for you about
Go ahead.
this course, this preintermedia. In the last work, the give say that
Yes.
read some readers or histories.
Yes.
This is in forum course, but I seek these stories,
Yes.
but I don't see it in
A
this forum
story
course. So I don't see this
in
link
this.
about
Yes.
readers lesson, the preintermedia. For develop this, uh, excuse me, the next week, and next work. I don't see this link reader for develop next activity o
Next activity.
next y la última pues.
Yes, the last activity.
Finish activity, yes.
Last. Okay.
So I don't see this link reader in my in my environment collaborative environment. I don't see.
In the
Yo no sé.
collaborative environment. No?
Uh-huh.
You don't see
Okay. Yes,
any
I don't
really.
see this link for each student must ¿cómo es que escoger?
Must choose.
Eso, must
Choose.
choose
No. Yes, must choose.
some reader or some history, but I don't see it.
Mm.
No sé dónde encontrarla.
Well, but Ana Cecilia, it's a shame to me not helping for you now because I'm not aware of the digital platform that you handle. Okay. For example, I'm in a course in a pedagogical experience too, and our homework is, or our duty here is to act as a teacher, as a teacher, yes, and evaluate you.
Yes.
But I'm not aware of your digital platform, and perhaps I could help you, but in another time, because you're telling me that there's no exercise reading or not reading exercise in your uh, reading exercise link in your photo or in your platform. No, is
Okay.
that
Yes. Yes.
is that what you're telling me? Uh, if you give me a time after the class, I could help you on that. For example, you could send me some screenshot, and then I could help you in this case. But when you have some problems, in that case, that's why you have a course director and a
Okay.
team. You have to use the internal email and and send this inconvenience that you're facing in your platform. That you can find a link or some exercise.
Okay.
Please welcome back to, or welcome to Cindy. Cindy,
Thank
it is
you.
a shame that I greet you before, so we're having you on board this afternoon. And Cindy, well, I'm gonna send you something by Skype or by WhatsApp. Where do you want me to send the files that I should share with you? Okay. Cindy, are you listening me? Well, I was sharing this screen with students in order to update. Well, a conversation and an interview between an interview made by TV reporter to Liz Joseph, who just finished last in the Run for Your Life marathon. She was running a marathon, and the TV reporter asked Liz Joseph, "How does it feel? You made it, yeah. How does it feel? Great." And and he asked, or she, yes, he asked, "You look pretty tired," or um, and he asked her about if there was a time, is there ever was a time when she thought she would drop out, and she asked her about the last big hill at the marathon, and the best question of all this afternoon is the what made you decide to enter the race? Yes. For example, I could ask you when it comes to ask this this question, in what made you decide, you have to answer with a past perfect uh, sentence, or excuse me, with a past perfect um, tense. Okay, and look at the last question. What made you decide to enter the race? Well, I'd always wanted to see if I could make it through a race like this. Besides, I knew they'd give me one of those cute t-shirts. Okay, this is an answer. But remember that as always, in this case, the as always is I had always wanted to see if I could make it through a race like this. Okay, so there's another question I could ask you. What made you decide to study the English career, for example? And in this case of Ana Cecilia, what made you decide to live in that part of Bogota? And Herling, I could ask you what made you decide to become a teacher? And Cindy, I could ask you what made you decide to have your own family? And Jennifer, I could ask you what made you decide to study the career of accountant? Okay. There's a lot of questions that you can start with what made you decide. But remember always, when this question sound into your ears, what made you decide, you have to answer, or the right answer to give to this question is I had always, no? Or I had wanted, you can say I had always wanted, or I had wanted, no? But you should always answer this type of question in past perfect grammatical form. Okay? And what do you think of this detail I'm giving to you? Hmm? Does any one of you can tell me about what do you think of this detail I'm giving to you? Herlin, tell me something about this detail. Hmm? I see. Oh, Jennifer, tell me something. Have you ever, have you ever attended the past perfect in your lessons, in your English lessons?
Lesson or question? I have
No,
I have one a question or
you
for
have.
to you.
Yes, yes. Go ahead.
Teacher, I have one a question for you.
Yes, yes. Tell me.
The question is, what had you recommend for learning in English more easy?
Easily,
Easy.
in easy
Yes,
way. In a
recommend.
easy, no, no, in an easier way. You have to use what do you recommend to learn English in a easier way?
You sure?
Well,
Okay.
in my case, in an easier way. Un modo más fácil, ¿no?
Yes.
Well, Jennifer, there's no easy way to learn something, you know, because you have to use your memory, you have to use you have to memorize the dialogue, for example. For example, Jennifer, do you think this is the first time I'm reading that dialogue for you? This is not the first time. You know how many times I had to read this dialogue, you know, and I had to memorize this dialogue as if I was to work in a movie because I have to emphasize on the accent. For example, I could read in this following way. You made it. You made it. Yeah. How does it feel? Great. I mean, it's not everyone who comes in last. No, no, no. I had to read that dialogue a lot of time, maybe uh, more than 50 times, you know. And I never, there's a particular, you know, I have, I have never listened the record of this dialogue. I just can imagine to give the intonation, you know, according to the context. Okay, so you have to sound like this. You made it. Yeah. How does it feel? Great. I mean, it's not everyone who comes in last. You look pretty tired. I am, but so excited. I'm so excited. I don't think I'll be able to get to sleep for a while. Was this your first race? Yes, I've only been running for 2 months when I signed up. I'd only been running for 2 weeks. Everyone said it was too soon to enter a race. Okay, Jennifer, it's not the first time I'm reading that dialogue, you know. And for example, I started to read the dialogues. First, I had to learn how to read in English. Then, I had to read the dialogue. And third, I had to memorize those dialogue because when I'm talking with a person, no, with an English speaking person, there's I have to be aware of the context where I can use these some details of this dialogue. For example, no. For example, if I'm talking with an English speaking person for the first time, I met a person when I was in Cuba, no, and a foreign person, and I always ask this question: what made you decide to come to Cuba, for example? What made you decide to come to this country? Huh? You know? And when I meet when I meet a person here in Colombia, this is a good question. What made you decide to come to Colombia? You know? And the possible answer would be, do you know the commercial at the TV, Colombia, el riesgo es que tú te quieras quedar? Well, Colombia, the risk is that you want to stay for forever. Okay,
Oh,
Jennifer,
okay.
are you aware? There's no easy way. You have to get you have to do your a great effort. You know, this is the only way that you have to learn that the English. Um, well, I have an experience when I was in my home country in Cuba. For example, I was my hobby was to have a, a, a notebook, you know, writing the meaning of the word, you know, searching for words in the dictionary and writing the meanings of the word. I was a part of of three friends that we decided to learn English by our own. No, we hired a teacher, and the teacher started to give classes to us. Then until we manage the tenses of the regular verbs and the regular verbs, and the teacher one day told us, "No, you are your education or your training in English is good, is quite is good enough, and I think could that you could do it by your own and develop your English. You know, at that time when I started to study English, uh, not so many foreigners used to go there, no? And so, but we have the well, we used to listen a lot of South Florida broadcast stations, and we practice. No, we were practicing constantly our listening. Another way that you could use your English, Jennifer, is to practice your listening. You know, you have to
And
be
motivation?
as something like motivation. You have to motivate yourself. You know, you have to be watching the. For example, in my case, I see a lot the Netflix film. You know, because you can set up the closed caption, and you can see or you can read the what people are talking about at the movies. You know, and this is a good way, but only you. Uh, there are many many suggestions that I could give you about the English, but you're the only one. You are the only one to decide. It's up to you because you are the interested one in to 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 give a jump to the next level. Okay, so what can I say? You have to try for yourself. I'm only I can only give you my experiences, the way that I learned English, and but it is good because you can do a way of living, you know, learning a language. Not only English, you can learn French, you can learn Germany, you can learn whatever you want to learn, you know. In my case, I would like to learn some French, you know. Le plus belle femme du monde, la mujer más bonita del mundo. Yeah, avec toi. Yes, I know several things of English, of French, but uh, I'm I honestly didn't do it a good effort to learn French, you know, because I'm not interested. I feel in my sound comfort zone with English, but someday something will push me to learn French. French, okay? So Jennifer, keep trying
Okay.
hard. You know, I'm gonna send you some dialogues I have from the TOEFL test. But you in YouTube, you can watch a lot of dialogues, a lot of conversation, a lot of instruction on how to learn English, and you have to be
Teacher,
aware.
I
Yes,
have integrate the all skills
you have the
integrate
intermediate,
for me learning. Is very important.
the experience.
It's skills.
Please, please write me on the chat box to see because I no, no, I'm listening you too well, but my listening is I don't know, today is not so good. Could you please write me what you want to say today? Could
Okay,
you
teacher.
please write me on the chat box in order to answer you? Well, well, Herling, I see you in silence there. Do you want to say something? Do you want to share your experience, or do you want to give some suggestion to Jennifer? Because Jennifer is worried about finding an easier way to learn English. You have to, generally, for me, it was easy because I was inspired by music. I used to listen a musical program, and for me it was good because I like music and and I felt motivated the whole time while learning English. Okay, and my English is not so good. It's not perfect, but I have to
But it's
be
very good.
no, no, no. But
Yes,
no, it's not so good. I have some problem with my
for for
pronunciation.
me it's very difficult.
Yes, but someday, if you propose yourself to have a better level English than me, you could do it. Okay, you could do it. You could. The problem is that we are surrounded by a Spanish speaking environment, Jennifer.
Yes, it's
Spanish speaking
problem.
environment, and we speak Spanish the most part of the time. We are not practicing or we're not learning a survival English. Survival English you can learn when you are in an English speaking uh, in an English speaking country, and you have to survive by your English. Your perhaps could be bad English or could be good English, but you have to survive. And this pressure is that or is making or is to could make you to learn English in a fast way, in the less time. So I recommend you not only for you, Jennifer, for Cindy, for Ana Cecilia, for Early, that we could configure that type of that type of environment, in order to advance fast in a speaking section. For example, we have um this is not the goal of this class, but we already know each other. We already knew each other, and we could form some conversation in English to be practicing English, to be updating, you could send me some links of my interest, and I could send you some links that help you to talk in English. And of course, I would do a good effort to be with you, to be along with you, because I could practice my English the same way that you could practice your English, and you at the same way we all could improve our English, our level of English, and of course, this is a good strategy. But the thing is that we are not only our activity is not only um, uh, being sitting here, having a conversation in English. We have we have a lot of activities. There could be a lot of days that in which we can keep a communication, but if we are interested, we are or we feel motivated, we could do some effort, some extra effort in order to learn English. Okay, and does any one of you, excuse me for my long conversation, for my long conversation, but I want that you, for example, in the case Olga, Erling, and Cindy, that you recently communicated with us, Jennifer. For example, Jennifer, share with us your experiences while learning English. How long have you been learning English? How long have you
For
have,
learning English,
yes, learning English?
my experience
Yeah,
is good. I think that I have better every day, but I have the problem in with respect with communication. I think that I have worked for this. Um,
yes,
I think that be very vocabulary, but I feel that I work for the grammar.
sure.
I don't know how I don't know how
Anyhow,
very good the sentences.
okay, Jennifer,
But
how long have you tried, or how long have you been studying English? When was your first time? How do you, how, how, how did you get inspired to study English? Why do you want to study English? Why do you want to study English?
what did you want?
Yes, why do you want? I study English because I want to be a singer, and an English native singer, or um, I like to speak English, and this is the way or this is my decision. This is a good question.
I
Currently,
like
yes,
I for me I like to listen to music in English
in English,
and
okay.
write the paragraph um
Well, the paragraph, okay. The
um
only the difficult the most difficult part in your learning process is that you are still having trouble uh, having or thinking a conversation by yourself, no? Or how to speak English, or how to have a conversation in English, no? This is the most difficult part in your learning process.
yes, a little.
A little? Okay, no, a little. Okay. No, no, we have the same problem, and we have there's a lot of causes. And Jennifer, we're going to stop for 5 minutes for a little moment, because I want to ask the same question to your partners. Okay, Cindy, are you there? Cindy, are you there? I'm trying to get in communication with you. And Herling, are you there? Herling.
Yes. Yes, teacher.
Well, uh, Herling, I want to know why do you started to study in English?
Sorry, teacher.
Yes, I want to know. I would like to know why did you start to study English?
Okay.
Yes,
So,
your motivation to study English. Okay.
how you know I'm teacher, yeah? Elementary teacher. And
Yes, I know that you're old.
I start to study English because I like ¿cómo se dice idioma, prof?
I like the language, no?
Okay. So just I want to learn
Yes,
second language, yeah.
second
Um,
language. Yes, you
yes.
want to second language. Okay. And well, and how did you get inspired to study English? There was something, for example, you watch on TV your favorite artist, talking in English, and one day, you decided, no, that's enough. I have to learn English because I want to be speaking English like that man on the screen. Okay? Do you get me my idea? Do you get what I said?
Yeah.
Yes.
Sí.
So, yes, you wanted to start. No, no, this is could be a possibility, but you have your own motivation that you could describe or that you could share with us here this afternoon. Okay. And what about Ana Cecilia?
Yes.
Are you there?
Uh,
Well, Ana Cecilia, I want to know, or I would like to know, how or how did you get inspired to study English? How did you get inspired?
when I studying this
Yes,
because it's really like no really like to practice English.
yes,
Watching movie with
yes.
subtitles in English or transcription.
And of course, I guess that you love to be pronouncing
Yes,
the English words. Okay.
yes.
And
In this practice or
okay,
activity the of listening, I can to
okay,
develop my
okay. Well,
pronunciation.
okay,
Yes.
yes. And Cindy,
Say
what about you?
so expression and to listen to rock music with lyrics in YouTube. This
The
is
lyrics
this
of
is for
the
yes.
Uh, let me stop for a minute and let me know about Cindy. Cindy, what about you? How did you get inspired by? How did you get inspired to study English, Cindy? Okay. Well, Cindy couldn't enter the class. Well, each one of you have some common ideas, some common inspiring facts, no? Let's say that each one of you have some common inspiring facts, no? I have another inspiring facts, but your inspiring facts are seemingly to my inspiring facts, okay? But I have to I would like to know, for example, Ana Cecilia, I sent you some files, from the TOEFL IBT, no? Ana Cecilia?
Yes.
Yes.
So
Have you practiced the readings, or have you practiced the listening of those files
in
recently?
this no, in this program, no. I practice
Yes.
in
So, Ana Cecilia, if you want to learn more English, I send you those files. If you want to learn more English, I recommend you to see those recordings on the
yes.
morning, on the afternoon, 3 times a day at least. Okay?
Okay. Yes.
Okay.
Thank
For
you very
example,
much.
if you had attended those files I gave you, perhaps your English could be a little better right now.
Yes, teacher.
Uh,
I have a
so
question.
we have to be practicing and practicing and practicing. Herling, I
Yes.
haven't sent you
Teacher,
those files. Yes, yes,
excuse me one moment.
yes.
When is our last class?
Perhaps today, but if you give me a next chance, I could be with all of you. No, no,
Today?
perhaps
No.
today is gonna be no. Maybe give me another week.
Yes.
2 encounters more. Uh, I need you. I need that you to collaborate. I wrote you on. I typed on WhatsApp that I needed that that time because I was off for a couple of weeks, and later I had some trouble uh, getting the catch up with all of you. Okay, on the classes. So, for example, if the next week one of you have some problem, no problem. I'm going to be here. If one of you want to keep the class, I'm going to be here. You don't have to do that in a. You don't have to do that obligated or with some pressure. And if you want to give an end here to the class, I'm glad with all of you. Okay. So Herling, I'm gonna give you some tracks. Some audio track with PDF files that you read and read once again and once again the files. And the Jennifer, I'm gonna give you those files because I didn't give you the files. But you have to
Where by WhatsApp or Skype?
by WhatsApp. I'm gonna send
No.
you files. But you have to be or you have to keep practicing the whole day. And no, not the whole day, but to see the dialogues and to see the tracks at least 3 times a day. Okay, you have to separate, uh, to set up 30 minutes. 30 minutes in the morning, 30 minutes in the afternoon, and 30 minutes before you go to bed. Okay, and you have to memorize the dialogues. Okay, you have to memorize the dialogues. For example, this is a lot of phrases I have in my head. You know that I have to know how to use according to the context. For example, I could say you there's been a lot of pretty strange things going on that I've been closing my eyes to know. But lately, it's been getting harder and harder not to put two and two together. Okay, this is there have been a lot of things.
Teacher,
Yes,
what does mean a lot?
it does mean of what?
A love. You say a love, love. I don't know.
Uh, No, there have been a lot of things. Lot of. There have been a lot of things. I've been closing my eyes, eyes to up to now, to now. But but lately, it's it's been getting harder and harder,
Yes.
harder. Not to put two things together. This is a memorized phrase, from the section of my studying English.
El
I have,
mundo se...
and I started with first I started how to read, no, and then I I started to memorize some phrases. For example, not a day goes by, not a day go by, not a day goes by, I don't think about you. No, no hay día que pase que yo no piense en usted. Eh, for example, not a day goes by, I don't think about you. This is a good phrase for you, Herling, if you want to say something to your wife. And not a day goes by, I don't think about you. And in the past, not a day, not a day went by, went by, I didn't, I didn't. And for you ladies, for you didn't, I didn't think, I didn't think about you. If you want to say something to your beloved person, or to your family member, for example, you could say that to a beloved person, your parents, one of your parents, or your sister or your brother. Not a day goes by, I don't think about you. No hubo día que pasó que yo no pensé en ti. En este caso, en pasado. Not a day went by, I didn't think about you. En este día. Y en el caso not a day goes by, no hay día que pase que yo no piense en ti. ¿Está bien? ¿Ah? Okay, ¿me están oyendo? Are you listening
Señor,
to me?
señor.
Yes, you have to memorize the
Yes.
phrases in English. You have to memorize. For example, when I say you, hi Ana Cecilia, how have you been? Te estoy preguntando que cómo has estado, pero en presente perfecto, eso lo sé. Pero la
Yes.
frase la tuve que aprender. How have you been? ¿No?
Copy.
¿Entienden lo que les estoy diciendo? Hay que hacer un esfuerzo en la memoria, de memorizar
Yes.
esa frase, ¿no? We have to do a great effort with our memory, to memorizing those phrases, okay? This is the only way we have to learn.
How about you doing?
Huh? And what I think?
Teacher,
Yes.
Yes.
where are those phrases, teachers? Because
No. I'm giving you those phrases. One phrases is from the book, the Spectrum book, the books I have here. A system I learned in English, called Spectrum. A Spectrum is a system from it's a system from 6 books, and I could show this is the dialogue I just shared with you is from that book, the Spectrum. I could be sharing with you the dialogues of the book because I have some lessons on the PDF because I scanned those lessons, and I can share with you the dialogues, and you can find those phrases the same way I did. Okay, on those readings. Okay, while reading the dialogues. Um, I have another. I have the interchange three. I'm going to share with you. For example, I have another book, another good book, interchange three. I don't know if you have that book. No.
That change.
No, no. I have the first part, the first book, the second book, and this is the fourth book. I have to get the the third one. The third one is blue color. I have the red one. This is a second book, and the first book. This is the yellow one. Of interchange. You could here on the interchange, for example, on the interchange. I'm gonna share with you all. This is there are a lot of dialogues here transcribed, but the letters is in another way, okay. This is a lot of dialogues you can read. Hello, Mr. Smith, I was wondering if you could change the light bulb out front. I went out again. Later, I'll take care of it later. I'm really busy right now, and besides, I'm still light outside. But you could, for example, you could find those dialogues on YouTube. On YouTube channel, you could see a lot of dialogues, a lot of suggestion, conversation about how to get into how to improve your English. And you could only that you to be searching for that information. If you want to improve your English, okay? And of course, I didn't how to learn English in 1 or 2 days. I'm 50 years old. I've been studying English since um, formally. I I've been studying English since 19 in 2000 years because I started to do the test in my home country in Cuba. I started to the first formal way to express or to evaluate my skills on English was at the language test they held in Cuba in 2000 to be as in the contest to be a tourism worker, and then they held the test, a free an oral test, no, an oral test of 3 levels, and I did the test for twice, no, and I got the first time I got the first level, and the third time I went I reached the third and the last level, the highest level. Okay, so to do that test, I realized that my hobby was, to be hearing the program, was to be listening the program, my favorite program. I'm gonna share with you some links about the listening program because we have on the on the YouTube channel, American Top 40. I used to listen case. So I was listening that program, that radio program for at least for 10 years, week by week, the 52 weeks of the year, every year. And my exercise in listening was too good. But the first radio program I listened, I didn't know how to speak English. I didn't know. I used to listen that program for the exciting to know that group is on the top 10. That excitement. But lately, while I was uh, studying English, I transcribed the program, with a deck. I used to record the program, and with the deck, I used to rewind, forward, rewind, and to listen in the program. And while I was
Oh, teacher,
in this,
I'm sorry,
yes,
but I have to go out from to the
okay,
class.
okay, Ernie,
Sorry.
okay. No,
Have a
Henry,
nice. Diga.
no, do not worry. I'm going to send you those materials. I hope that you start to learn English so fast. I'm gonna send you a lot of material. I have a lot of material we could search, we could find on YouTube, but it depends on you, the speed that you want to have learning English. Okay, the most that you expose, to the English, the most that you're gonna learn, the fastest, the faster that you're gonna learn. Okay,
Yeah.
so have a good evening, and please, you have all my.
Where are you going to send me?
No, right, when we finish, right when we finish, I'm gonna send you the materials. Okay, for me it's not a problem.
Okay.
I'm sitting here in the computer and I have the materials available. The it,
Okay.
it
Well. Bye,
yes.
Cindy, Jennifer, Vanessa.
Okay.
No, sorry, Anna, and teacher. Bye.
Well,
Bye.
okay. Well, Jennifer, Cindy, and Ana Cecilia,
Yes.
you have to keep doing hard on your English. You have to study hard. You have to train as if you were to the World Cup, the soccer World Cup in in July. In Russia. But you have to train hard with your English to get improved. Okay. So I'm gonna. No, this is the time is 4:08, and I'm gonna leave you. I'm gonna leave you. Anyway, we have a good afternoon, and we have a good class. We started something late, but I don't care about it because you asked me the most important in this class is that you asked me some key questions on how to learn English because you are in the middle of the classes and you see that you don't get improved. So better you don't get the advantage. But I'm here to to go along with you and to help you. Okay. So I didn't listen to Cindy. It's a shame. And Ana Cecilia, I know that you talk too much. You talk too much, but Ana Cecilia, you have to study. I you have um, you have a valuable thing that you don't care if the people hear you with bad pronunciation. You don't care about it, and this is a valuable thing from you. But I want that you to study harder, okay, and harder, and you to learn uh, more vocabulary, and so you to I'm gonna help you to to give some order to your ideas. I could help you to how to speak, how to enter a conversation, but you have to memorize some sentences, some phrases. You have to be these phrases on your head, on your brain, because we need it sometimes. Okay. So Jennifer, your English is good. I see that your pronunciation is good, but you need more grammatical knowledges.
Yes,
And
teacher.
okay, you need more grammatical, but it's essential that we memorize the things. We have to memorize the phrases. Okay, we have to memorize the phrases because this is going to help us a lot. Hmm? At least you have to be listening over and over the same sentence in order uh, to incorporate in our talking. Okay, the same way as you listen a song for the first time and then you are when you finish to hear the song, you are singing that song. You know, you learn the letter from once, and you have to be like this on English. Okay. And Cindy, you're a good student, and your English is good, and I think that you can improve the same way. Let's keep in touch together, even if we don't have to attend these encounters. We have the way. I have your contact. We don't. We shouldn't lose the contact because we can keep a conversation every day and whatever you want or when you want. And so we are learning. Ladies, I'm going to leave you, and I hope that you to get the idea to be memorizing, to be faster. Read the dialogues I'm going to send you. Read the dialogues I'm going to send you carefully, slowly, and you're going to be improving your way of speaking. Okay?
Okay,
Well,
okay.
well,
Okay.
Very much.
okay. That's good, and it's been a pleasure as always to be with all of you here at the classes. Okay. Well, say I'm gonna say goodbye, and after this space, I'm going to give you the dialogues. Okay. Well,
Thank
see,
you.
see you next time.
Bye.
Thank
Well,
you.
have a great weekend.
Thank Mrs. Bob.
Love you.